Hello, welcome to the Media Box. I'm joined by Mayor Chitangala, who is the mayor of Lusaka in Zambia, and I also have Mayor Baloch, who is the mayor of Tubat in Pakistan. Thank you both so much for joining us at the Media Box today. First of all, I would like to ask you both, what are the challenges local authorities in your countries are facing, and what are the solutions to those challenges? Mayor Chitangala, why don't you start us off?
Thank you very much. And yes, I am the mayor of Lusaka in Zambia, and Zambia is in the southern part of Africa. My city has about 3.5 million people, and 70% of the people live in a peri-urban area. So it means that they're living in areas where service delivery is very difficult. Where we have issues with water and sanitation, and of course drainage issues where they have built in pathways where we should have been building these drainages. And obviously we a local authority that works and also just depends on local revenue. We do get a bit of support from government, but the support is very, very minimal. And most of the times when we have to make big decisions, we have to really speak to central government so that they also have a buy-in. So right now, what we actually use is a bottom-up approach where we make sure that we communicate with the people in the communities and identify the priority projects that they want. We actually use we actually have a fund called the CDF fund, and also use ward development committees. These ward development committees are the smallest unit of government right in our communities, and this is where the people go, sit, discuss, and come up with projects that they forward to the local authority. And at the same time, we have a government fund that we call the Community Development Fund that is allocated to each constituency and is run and managed by the local authority. And that is the fund that we use to develop and also just, construct and also take development to the people of these communities.
Mayor Baloch, why don't you lay out for us what problems and challenges local authorities in your country are also confronted with, and what are the solutions to those challenges?
Thank you so much for inviting me at the to giving me this opportunity. My name is Balaksher Baloch. I am from Pakistan, Balochistan. Second largest city is Turbat. I'm a mayor of Turbat. And as my fellow mayor discussed, we also face the similar kind of challenges. But in Pakistan, in our country, we as a local government authority, I must tell you that we after the 18th Amendment, which was in 2010, the local government has been delegated to provincial level. So it's now a provincial subject. And so as a provincial government, Balochistan holds the power that which they need to delegate it to the lower level. And so the most important problem of local government authority as of continuation, because there are after one term of election, after 4 years, the term is 4 years. After 4 years, the next election is just not government is not conducting another election. So they interrupt the setup. They because continuation, purification comes with continuation. If the system continues to flow, slowly, gradually, the things will improve and evolve. And as she discussed that, we also facing by these, these conditions, we are facing financial constraint. We are lacking of authorities, administration powers. So we are not have the capacity, we have the will, we have the, because we are elected, people come to us, we want to deliver them at their doorstep to solve their problems. But unfortunately, we do not have the sufficient funds and sufficient power to execute our plans, long-term plans. So yes, the challenges are, so for this, I think we must start from the amendment. Government should bring amendment federal government, and they in constitution they should clarify, they should write the rules and the powers and the terms of local government. They should conduct election of every 4 years, and they decide and delegate all the power, financial and administrative power, to the lower level. So they, as a local government authority, we will use those power to serve our people in a better way.
And Mayor Chitangala, tell us about what the best practices are that we can learn from.
Okay, for example, when I mentioned earlier about the Community Development Fund, which we call the CDF, this is fund that comes directly from the government to the local authorities. And when we sit in communities using our ward development committees, the same small committees that are in the communities, and identify projects, it means that we are taking the development straight to the people, we using their voices. And I think that is one thing that we have achieved as a local authority, not only in my city, but as a country, because then it means that the people will actually identify the projects that they want in their communities. For example, if they want to improve their schools, they will ask for maybe 1x3 classrooms or 1x4 classrooms to be built. And if the community wants to identify areas where they need water, like boreholes and so on, they also identify and then bring the project to the local authority, which will be approved by a committee, also headed by the member of parliament, and also, facilitated by the local authority. And I think using that kind of approach, it means that we're actually giving or taking development to the people as they require themselves. So for us, I think using that method, it helps us a lot, because we are using a bottom-up approach, listening to the people's voices and then giving them the development that they need. In that case, what happens is the people embrace that development and take care of it. So those are some of the practices that we're doing as a local authority.
Well, the Congress this year is celebrating its 40th anniversary of the European Charter of Local Self-Government. It's a unique instrument setting the standards in local democracy. Could that charter be an inspiration for solving some of the problems related to the ever-evolving relations between central and local governments?
First of all, we have to congratulate the Council of Europe for this initiative. And listening about it just this afternoon, my fellow mayor and I were asking a few questions to one of the delegation that we're with, and we were told about what really happens. This is when the council comes together at local level and identifies the problems in the 46 member countries, and they try and sort them out, solve them. I think this is something that is so good that we should learn and look forward to as well. I think coming together and having one voice is very important at local level, because the problems that we experience at local level in different cities are very similar. We just have different solutions, but very similar problems. But then if we have a head that can listen and manage and listen to our problems as cities together, and have these common solutions, or speak a language that we can all understand and support each other, I think that is very good. So we know that in the Council of Europe, we don't have African cities as yet, but we look forward that African cities, or maybe Asian cities as well. I'm speaking for the African cities. By the way, I'm also the chairperson of ICLE, so I oversee 470 cities in Africa. So it is something that I would be happy if other African cities could also adopt or could be incorporated, so that we learn the best practices that the council is doing to support their cities.
And Mayor Baloch, tell us about whether the Charter, the values and the principles in the Charter can be applied in your context to your city.
Actually, as the fellow mayor told you, we already discussed some of the problems with earlier in lunch with the fellow of the Council of Europe director. So, yeah, it's if this charter has it's not only for European Council or members or for one continent. It needs to be adopted by other region as well as Asia, Africa, and other continent, because Europe has already been, it's been passed through all those hurdles, and now they are evolved and matured democratic region. Now need to look other regions where democracy is still growing and is still evolving. They need to, help them and grab their hands to give them a push. And I also said that. EU, European Union, as a as they collect donations and funds, and they goes beyond their continent in Asia and Africa, and they goes to they start project initiatives to help other countries. Why not Council of Europe, the local and regional authorities do the same, and they must collect some funds, and they start initiative in other regions also and other cities. Not as a country, they should work in cities, and they work with mayors and the local authorities where the problem is initiated, because problems comes from the cities and it evolves to the federal level, provincial level, and federal level. So you need to fix it at the lower level in the end. So it's my suggestion, and I will through your media, through this media, through your platform, I will ask the relative, President and Secretary General of Council of Europe to please, if they can do such kind of initiative, it will be a great benefit to the cities like Turbat and Lusaka and other cities where the world is really know about them. So we are very like an unknown person here. They do not know us. So if they identify the cities, their problems, and they try to, with those funds, and to try to fix it. And they also can, through lobbying, they can also, through work for local democracy by involving with the federal governments or respective countries. So it will also will be a help of to empower the local authorities.
Mayor Baloch and Mayor Chitangala, thank you so much for joining me at the Mediabox today.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
inviting
much
us.
for having us.
Thank you.